Welcome to DRB Tunnel Solutions training. In this training, we're going to take a look at the send car indicators on the latest version of Patheon. Let's get started. You'll notice here when you have Autosend disabled, meaning that we're not automatically sending the first car in queue, such as we do on surface-mounted conveyors or conveyors that don't require a manual trigger to rollers, you'll notice that when there's no car in queue, the send car button is gray. If we put a car into queue by cashing it out, and in this case, we're cashing it out on a sale that does not auto queue sales, so we're going to go ahead and press this button to add it to queue. You'll notice that the car is now in queue. The send car button is blue. So the button is gray when there are no cars in queue, or we're not talking to the controller, or after we've sent it, it will go gray temporarily until the car is advanced over to the tunnel controller. Once it's advanced over to the tunnel controller, the button will turn back to blue if there are other cars in queue. So let's go ahead and put another car into queue here. We'll cash out a sale. And then we'll pull them up from the unqueued sales, add them back to queue. You'll notice the button has now gone blue. Keep in mind that you can also send vehicles from the unqueued cars list directly by selecting the car. And you'll notice that that current car is selected, 957. If you press send, it's going to actually move it to the first position and send it all in one fell swoop. So go ahead and press that. And once it advances over, it will go back to a blue send car button so that we're able to send the next car. Now, we also have a capability in our system to enable auto sending. That can be turned on from the hardware tab by clicking enable auto send. And this is if auto send settings in the portal are turned on. So if we flip over to the Patheon portal, we'll go ahead and log in. The Autosend settings in the Patheon portal refer to when we go to our specific site and go to the site hardware and take a look at the tunnel interface. We'll click Edit. And you'll notice here that we have a vehicle send method. Here, first position means as soon as a car gets into the first position of the queue, we're going to automatically send it over to the tunnel controller. We have an option for sensor where you can press a button to put that car into queue automatically, or it rolls over a switch in the ground. And then manual means you press the send car button. When this first position is turned on and saved, the default mode turns your POS to enable auto send, and it makes the enable disable button show up. So I'm going to re-enable auto send that has been previously disabled. And you'll notice when I go back to the wash queue, it says auto send is now turned on for vehicles in the first position. We'll go ahead and send that car. And it'll get sent over to our tunnel controller. While it's being sent, I'm going to go ahead and queue up another couple cars just by selling some washes. And then we're not going to send from the unqueued cars list. We're actually just going to add them to queue. I'll add it to the second in line. But you'll notice that the button went gray on its own because it's auto sending the car once it reaches the first position. And as soon as that button goes back blue, it's going to auto send the next vehicle as well. And so my list was automatically cleared out because those cars were pulled into the eye. Once it was seen in the tunnel controller's eye, they left. So auto sending means that as soon as the car gets into the first position, it's sent over to the controller. As soon as it hits the electronic eye or the enter switch, it advances out, and the line just keeps moving itself. You don't have to press send car between each transaction. You can always turn this off by clicking disable auto send, and you'll know that the auto send is disabled because we've totally taken the auto send verbiage off of the send car button. When it is enabled and there are no cars in queue, you'll still see the auto send car in first position is enabled. And those are the new changes in the latest version of Patheon for the send car button. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please send them to training@drb.com.